Let us begin. Let us begin. Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, hi, meet your babe Erica. That's me, honey. Okay, period. And if you're a returning subscriber at day one, listen, thank you so much for your support. I love and appreciate each and every one of y'all. Period. Those that are watching and not subscribing, Lema66 devil worshippers, it's you guys that are watching and not subscribing to my channel. What are you doing? Subscribe. It's free of charge. Just click that red button that you see on your screen, written subscribe. It's either get red, it's either get black, it's either get colorless, whatever, but that subscribe thing that is there down below, please click it. Okay, it's free, like it don't cost you nothing, so just click that button. Okay, because you are most watching my content, so why not subscribing, guys? This guy gets us all, guys. Like ningangenzi guys. Subscriber plus we are on the way to 1K subscribers. Like guys, subscribe so that we reach 1,000 subscribers. So that nje wabona khubeli motswelo pele mo channeleng la ntlhalanya, but either way it's fine. It's fine. Mara subscribe to aseng hore a ke ncenye di subscribe ke tshwana le malema ke a le ncenga, guys. Subscribe. Kadlala hey kadlala, taking this too far. But anyway, I am back again with another Road to Christ episode. On the previous video, like I wanted to speak about this, but because one thing, but me, two things for sure. I want to speak about something, and then something triggers me to speak about something that I completely not gonna speak about. Okay, like lose track of something that I wanted to speak about initially. So initially, this is what I wanted to speak about. So speaking about the fact that there's only one gospel us as people on earth should listen to. Okay, there's only one gospel, there's only one word that we need to listen to. And yeah, let's just unpack that. Okay, because yeah, as a lot of us people, we get confused, there's a lot of things of which is fine, you can do whatever you want, not saying wrong. Okay, but if you're a Christian person, I'm speaking about people that are claim that they're Christians. If you know yourself that you're a Christian person, there's only one gospel that you need to listen to. There's no other gospel that you can listen to. But if you're someone that is like, both Christian and what and what judge, do you boo, but I'm speaking to people that are Christians. Or if maybe you're someone that wants to become a Christian, this message is also for you. It's applicable to you. It's not applicable to people that are, want to create excuses here. We find this in the book of Galentine's. You're gonna get Galentine's. Wow, give you a Galentine's that. Tweet, scratch that. And it was Galentine's in Namo. Guys, oh my god. Galatians. You find this information called Galatians, the first of Galatians. Really, we're not even going to go far. We find this on the first of Galatians. It's just very quick, like from verse 60 to verse 10. That's what we'll be speaking about, because the subtitle says no other gospel. Okay, it says no other gospel, but I'll try to insert portions of scripture here. If we are on a Bible, or you can't reach it quickly, I'll try to insert the scripture here. It says no other gospel. Let's start from 6, right? Or maybe verse 6 if I don't speak about the others, but okay, it's fine. Let's unpack. We'll see more. Verse 6, it says, the subtopic no other gospel. 6, I am astonished. I am astonished that you are so quickly deserting the one who called you by the grace of Christ and are turning to a different gospel, which is really no gospel at all. Evidently, some people are throwing you into confusion and are trying to pervert the gospel of Christ. But even if we or an angel from heaven should preach a gospel other than the one we preach to you, let him be eternally condemned. As we have already said, so now I say again, if anybody is preaching to you a gospel other than what you accepted, let him be eternally condemned. Am I now trying to win the approval of man or of God? Or am I trying to please man? if I were still trying to please men, I would not be a servant of Christ. Do you hear that? Like, do you hear the message behind that? But let's come step by step and speak about this, okay? But I think, like, let's only speak about from 6 and 7, because like it's where the juice is, okay? It says, I am astonished that you are so quickly deserting the one who called you by the grace of Jesus Christ and are turning to a different gospel, which is really no gospel at all. Like, the things that you believe in, or the things that you follow, or the things that you listen to, is no gospel at all. What are those? Turning to a different gospel, what does that mean? What does that mean when it's speaking about turning into a different gospel? For example, there's something that we do commonly as Christians, that we do, and then we claim that we're Christians, but we don't follow the gospel. We normalize sin. Normalizing sin, guys, is turning into a different gospel. That's not the gospel of God. Sinning is not a gospel of God. God does not want us to sin, but we do that either way. Like, we do that either way. So that's first. The normalizing sin, that's the different gospel that us people, we normalizing sin, like we're making it a norm in our lives, that sin is fine. Even if you sin and are a Christian, God will forgive you. That's not that's not the gospel that God is speaking about. The gospel, if you are someone that reads the Bible, God does not, he does say that come as you are, but when you come to him, you're supposed to change the word of the Lord that you read, or the word that you absorb within you, the seed that is being planted into you is supposed to change your life. But if you're someone that is the same, really, is that seed growing within you? Because, like, you can be say, yeah, I'm a Christian and I come as I am, and then you come as you are, but you don't change. I mean, come on. Come on. Oh, advertisement is a background. Advertisement is a background, but it's fine because remote guys. You guys will have to bear with me. That's one. That's the different gospel that we do and God dislikes. 2, we are normalizing pleasing our fleshes more than our spirit self. We normalize pleasing our flesh more than our spirit self. You know, there's a lot of things that you do to please your flesh. You can maybe try to, be someone that is like, okay, avoiding many things that are like very common that God like is like the biggest sins, like fornicating. Fornicating is like one of the biggest sins that like is like a sinning against your own body, and you know that God resides within you, and when you fornicate, like you're making yourself dirty, like you're not making room for God to be within you, because you are sinning against your own self. You're sinning against, that's the worst sin. Like, but how we are just so normalizing fornication. Our youth is normalizing fornication. We're just so blind to even see that the evil is targeting that fact, that mere fact that this is one thing that we are normalizing as youth, and we are making it normal. Like, if you're not having sex, it's like there's something wrong with you, and if you are having sex, there is something wrong. Like, it's the other way around, and we are just making it the other way around. It's supposed to be when you're having sex, you're doing something completely wrong. But now is if you are not having sex, what is wrong with you, guys? What have you turned into? Like, if you are let's go back here. Normalizing normalizing pleasing yourself, your flesh, than your thing. So you can avoid maybe your fornication and all of those. That doesn't necessarily mean that you don't please flesh. You can please your flesh by overeating. When you're someone that overeats, someone that idolizes food, like a glutton, essentially, someone that excessively eats, excessively drinks and whatnot, even though you don't fornicate, but maybe you're someone that suffers from those things, like you eat a lot, like someone that eats, like you go raking, you find comfort in food and doing what, so you're essentially a glutton. But hey, guys, I stand to be corrected, but saying there are many ways that you can please your flesh. You are lazy. Lazy is another way of pleasing your flesh, guys, because your flesh will be telling you, no, I don't want to do it, and God does not want. The spirit self does not like a lazy person, because when you are lazy, your mind, because the spiritual warfare happens in the mind. The spiritual warfare happens in your mind is corrupted. It download that software wrong, because you are sitting there not doing nothing. Instead, you maybe are sitting watching social media, watching movies, doing all of those things that don't really grow you as a person, or don't grow you. So like, you please your flesh, but you yourself, end up costing your spirit self. Pleasing your flesh, you end up costing your spirit self, and that's not what that's the gospel that we are normalizing within our lives, and that's not the gospel that we are supposed to be preaching in our with ourselves. Again, normalizing not having a relationship with God. That is another thing that we is a different gospel that we follow. Like, not having a relationship with God, as in like you don't actively seek God. You don't actively seek God. Like, you pray, yes, like you pray yes because you want something. You pray yes because you want something. It's not like you're praying because you are seeking God. You are inviting God's presence to just be with you, just have a conversation with God. No, when you pray, when there's something that you want, it's not like you're praying because Pella, you are getting closer to God. No, you're praying because there's something that you want. That's the only time that you pray. Or when you pray like 2 seconds. This is a joke. I don't want to throw people under the bus. When you pray 2 seconds. That's something that we are normalizing as human, normalizing, or no, yeah, but I do have a relationship. God, he knows who I am. Like, I am normalizing my relationship with God, and whatnot. Are you really? Are you, when you are only talking to God because there's something that you're looking for? You don't just sit down and be like, I'm just talking to you, God, seeking for you, just inviting you. I don't want anything. I just want your presence. I don't want nothing. I just want your presence. That's you having a relationship, or creating an atmosphere where you develop a relationship with God. But hey, guys, let's start yeah, this video now is long. Like, if let's say the other part of the scripture, because still it says like, evidently some people are throwing you into confusion and are trying to pervert the gospel of Christ. That's the thing that I'm talking about. We are normalizing things that are just not. Normalizing sin doesn't make it right, okay? And like how it's just majority 80% or 99, 97%, only 3% on earth that is trying to, like, okay, fine, 97% of the youth, 97% of like people on earth, we are normalizing sin. Like, it's okay to do this, and you say, no, I'll pray, no, God knows who I am, God knows my heart, yeah, God knows. Guys, it's wrong. Just because it's normal, it doesn't mean it's right. So that is what we are putting ourselves into confusion, right? And like, we are not realizing that the enemy, we are making the enemy win, in the sense that like he wins majority of the people, he wins generation. Because you see, our generation right now is normalizing fornicating. It's normal. Like, I'm not wrong more, like sex is a thing. So imagine what's the next generation gonna do, because it's like people, something when it's wrong, that's when you want to do it even more. Something when it's wrong, that's when you want to do it even more. You see, now we know that fornicating is wrong, but we're doing it anyway. Imagine then the future generation, when they know that now sex is like a normal thing. It's like, it's not even a wrong thing. It's not even seen as a wrong thing. The future generation, imagine the wrong things that we are saying they're wrong. What will they be doing? What will they be doing? So guys, just say. But even if we, or an angel from heaven, should preach a gospel other than the one we preach to you, let him eternally be condemned, as we have already said to you. So now I say again, if anybody is preaching to you a gospel other than what you accepted, let him be eternally condemned. Like the other gospel, the gospel that we are following, that is not the gospel of God. It's leading us to condemnation. You are going to be condemned. We are going to be condemned, because that's what the scripture says. Guys, I don't really, hey, wait. And then the last part says, am I now trying to win the approval of man or of God? Exactly. Like, our lives, how we live our lives to please people. We live our lives to please people, so that, mama, but syndrome, that's pleasing people. Having the abantu bazotini syndrome, that's pleasing people. That's not pleasing God, okay? You are doing things that because you're looking for, how I'm not gonna do this. Imagine me now speaking about the gospel. What are people going to say about me? They're gonna say that I'm like, there's opinions about to matter, because people don't even know what they want themselves. People themselves do not know what they want. So we're now when you go please people instead of pleasing God, that we lahla nje lapho because you want to please people. You're doing everything that everybody else is doing because, okay, it's the right thing, because everybody else is doing the. Am I now trying to win the approval of man or of God? As a person, try your best to win the approval of God rather than of people, because people don't care. People don't care, and people themselves don't know what they want. And then it says, if I were still trying to please men, I will not be a servant of Christ. Exactly. If you're a pleaser of people, you can't be you can't be a servant of Christ if you still please people. You can't be a servant of Christ if you still please people. Drops mic. That's the word of the day, guys. The like essentially speaking about there's no any other gospel. The gospels that we follow, like the things that we are normalized, is us like looking at another gospel, and there's only one gospel. If you're a Christian, there's only one gospel that you need to follow, the gospel that comes from the Bible. There's no any other. And yes, I say other people would say, there's this other colleague of mine, he says that no, the Bible is incomplete because what. When you have a relationship with God, more will be revealed from you. And you yourself, if you feel like the Bible is not enough, do your research to find more information that is not here on the Bible. But so far, the Bible as it is, it gives you whatever information that you need, and it gives you whatever guideline information that you need to live your life. Okay, but if you feel like it's not enough, you need more. Get more information. But guys, follow the gospel if you're a Christian. There's no any other. Like, follow. You see this? You see this? Follow what this tells you. But yeah, guys, that is my word of the day. I really scabulela too much because it's already I ate too much of your time. So yeah, there's no any other gospel. There's only one gospel as a Christian that you need to follow. Okay, period. So yeah, guys, I hope this message, if you tlile go tsebenza lena ya le toucha mo dipelong tsa lena, ya ba peu e golang le nna self, I hope le nna go pelong yaka if you tlile ya nna ya nthusa lena ke be a changed person. Because trust you me, just because people are able to speak about the Bible or what doesn't mean people ba sharp mo dipelong tsa bona, doesn't mean batho ba sharp. Okay, even with me myself, I know I have my own flaws that I pray about each and every single day, because I actively want, there's no one is perfect. The only perfect person is Jesus. That's on period. When you're a human being living on earth, you are never perfect. But yeah, we are trying our best, Nati, like I said in the previous episode, that to serve the kingdom, to have something that we do in serving the kingdom, while also bettering ourselves as individuals as well, and within walking in the faith. Yeah, so guys, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you on my next video. Bye guys.